G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing my tips around 20 of the season. Getting to the point end of the season now, and initially I thought I did okay over round 19. Although it looks like I just got a par. So I ended up with 8 after getting the Friday night game wrong. Probably silly of me to back the Bombers in. But yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I was on 8th, now on 7th. So yeah, still a fair bit of work to do to get back near that top 4, but definitely better than last season. No doubt about that. Without further ado, let's get stuck into the round 20 tips. And crew, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with how I'm tracking and how you're tracking against me if you want to get a bit competitive. The first game is going to be absolute rip snorter. We've got the Collingwood Magpies up against Carlton. This one's at the MCG. Unfortunately for Carlton, well, they've been on a bit of a run lately. I think they've won their last 5 and pretty comfortably. The unfortunate piece is they've got a fair bit of injury going on here. Sammy Walsh will be out for the hamstring, which I think is going to be, probably a bridge too far for them to get a win. So I think, the Pies will get the job done. Suspecting it's going to be close. They do love a close one. I will go the Pies by 16 points. I think they'll be, continue on their merry way and be too good. Expect Carlton to give them, a good run for their money, though. At GMHBA Stadium, we go down the highway with Geelong and Fremantle. So, Chris Scott, obviously big congratulations, gets the games record holder at the Cats coach, which is absolutely incredible and impressive. I've just created a word there, impressive. Freo haven't been in great nick, it has to be said. They've lost their last 4. Finals is basically out the window. They'd have to win their last 5 in pretty convincing fashion with a percentage of like that. So their season's over. The Cats well and truly alive. Need to find a way to win. Should get the win. I think they'll win. The Dockers got them there last year, but Dockers were a completely different side then, and we weren't hitting our straps just yet. We go to Mars Stadium, and this is going to be an absolute cracker as well. We've got the Western Bulldogs hosting the GWS Giants, and the Giants have won, I believe, 6 on the trot. They've been in incredible form, and knocking on the door of finals there. They're sitting 7th at the moment. I'll be going the Bulldogs. Great rivalry these two sides do have. I think, they'll be just too good at Mars. I don't think the location's going to bother the Giants too much, though. I like what the Dogs are doing. They've been, relatively consistent despite they lost 2 in a row there. But I reckon, they'll be just too good for the Giants in what is going to be a close game. Most games this year, GWS have played in, I think, all but one, which was against Collingwood, was a bit of a blowout, and the rest have been very competitive in. So I think the Dogs will win. We got a Heritage Bank Stadium, and then we got Gold Coast hosting the Brisbane Lions. This will be, the Q Clash once again. Hard to go past the Lions with what they're doing at the moment. Stephen King's come in, a little bit of a sugar hit early on, but the Lions are doing a lot of great work, and defensively they've lifted their profile, and some young talents definitely help big time. The better side, I think they win, even though it's at Gold Coast home ground. Well, high stakes here. We've got Essendon and Sydney. This one will be at Marvel Stadium on the Saturday night. Big game. Serious ramifications for finals aspirations for these two sides. I think, Sydney have been putting together a reasonable body of work. Buddy's back in a little bit of good form. They've won, 3 of their last 5. 3.5 wins out of the last 5. So, they've been pretty solid of late. And, the Bombers just sort of getting a little bit tight in the second half of the year. And, still with a bit of work to do. But, Sydney getting some players back and, playing some good footy with their ball movement. I reckon they'll win. I was about to say the Q Clash. We have the Monster Clash Saturday night. Adelaide and Port Adelaide, the showdown. It's finally come to me. It took me a bit. What a game this will be. Crows, if they lose it, they're probably out of the finals race for the year. Rankin's a massive out for their chances and aspirations for finals. I reckon, yeah, Port Adelaide, they went down to Carlton and Collingwood. I don't suspect they'll lose 3 in a row, but it could get out of hand pretty quickly in terms of them finishing top 2 and potentially top 4. Who really knows? They've got a little bit of breathing space there for a top 2 spot. Sorry, a top 4 spot. But they've still got to keep banking the wins to get that top 2, which they'll want home final, so they don't have to go to the MCG until the grand final, all going to plan. Sunday, we've got Hawthorn and St Kilda. This one's at Marvel Stadium, and it was, an absolute crazy match last time. I'm going to go the Hawks. I just haven't been too stoked with what the Saints have dished out lately. They've won 2 of their last 5, and that was West Coast and North Melbourne, and they barely scraped over there. And we know those two teams are at the bottom of the table. I think the Saints will definitely be, right in the match for a good chunk of it. Hawthorn will be spewing after that loss to Richmond. They had the game there, won, and they keep Richmond's finals aspirations alive by a solitary point. Unbelievable there. I don't know who's more of a cockroach, really. Collingwood or Richmond, they both do, they just never die. I see, Hawthorn, if they can get their handball game going, I reckon they'll be looking pretty good and should beat the Saints, who are a little bit battered with injury at the moment. Big game on Sunday, MCG. We've got Richmond and Melbourne, speaking of the cockroaches. What a game this will be. Melbourne want to keep that top 4 stanza up and about, and then Richmond just scrapping and fighting for a final spot. I think Melbourne get the win. It was pretty close last time. It was 18 points. Took a bit of Van Rooyen heroics in the last quarter, and they found a way. But I think Melbourne looking a little bit better since then. Richmond have notably improved as well. I expect the D's to be just too good there. Oh, what a clash this will be. We've got West Coast and North Melbourne. The Ghouls, as Jared sort of outlined it on 360. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think North Melbourne have at least won the last 1 or 2 over there. I'll have to check. Got Bill going absolutely off there with Daisy. They won over there in 2021, round 17. But again, I don't think they were going that well, West Coast. Neither are they at the moment, but I think, they troubled the Saints over there. I think West Coast get the win here. It's definitely probably the only chance that they've got is North Melbourne over there, and North, mainly because, I just don't see North don't really know how to win. They've lost, 16 in a row now. West Coast probably in a similar boat, to be fair. Their only win was against the Giants at Optus, so quite incredible, really. So there you go. All right, what year was the first Q Clash? Well, I believe. I picked that already. I think 2011. That's when the Gold Coast Suns popped up. So I'll be backing that one in. And there we go. So, round 20, guys. I've picked Collingwood, Geelong, Western Bulldogs, Brisbane, Sydney and Port Adelaide, Hawthorn, Melbourne and West Coast. A couple of away teams there. Going to be some interesting games and absolutely exciting weekend of football to come, and more heartache for some teams that, trying to get into that top 8, which is a bit elusive at the moment. It's a bit of a revolving door. That top 8 just keeps moving around, and you just don't know whether you're going to stay in or get knocked out at any given moment. That's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the tips for round 20. And don't forget to chuck yours down in the comments below and your upset for the week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great one, and I'll see you on the next video.